Hey guys, today we're going to be cleaning my Mossberg 500. First thing you want to do is, there's this little pin right here. You want to take that out. What I do is I just use this little screwdriver and it works just fine. Place it inside the hole, hit it a couple times, and of course you want to make sure that the gun is unloaded. Now you take that out, you have that. You're going to take your delay and your stopper out. And now I just oiled this, so I'm going to oil them again. It's going to clean the barrel. Okay, now that you have that out, you can come here and unscrew this. Then you have this off your barrel. Slide it down the ground. Then you want to take off the pump. Before you can do that, you got to take off the slide. That's easy. You just got to get it lined up here in the groove. Get a hold of it. And this is your slide here. Take one of that off to the side again. Now your pump will slide off real easy. Just lay that down by the barrel. You're going to take your pin, put that there. Take your elevator. You have this out. Now, what you want to do is you just want to make sure oil the inside of the gun real good. Make sure that's cleaned. Now what I'm focused on right now is cleaning my barrel. Just putting together my rod. Should fit inside of here. It goes. I'm just taking the wire brush. I'm just going to knock off any kind of gunk that's in your barrel. I'm just going to want to run through it a couple times. Real good. Now when you have that done, you just take this off. Now you want to find this here, 2 corners to go to a bigger one, just right here. And then you have this little piece right here. What you do with this, take these little cloths, and you slide the cloth in there, just like so. Put that on the end of your rod. What you want to do is you want to run this up and down the barrel. This is going to clean out all the gunk you just loosened up. All that good stuff. Keep your barrel nice and clean. I also use them to put oil on and all that. As you can see, mine wasn't too bad because it was just cleaned. You can just take and throw that away. And like I said, that's a short and sweet version because I already had mine cleaned and greased. Now you want to reassemble your rifle. You want to put it back together. So what you want to start is put your lift back in. This just takes and lifts the shell up. That's all it does. So you're going to push these 2 pieces together, take it inside your barrel, and they're going to plug into these 2 big notches right down here. It can be a pain to put back in. And it'll fit in there like so. Now one thing you want to make sure is that this here has a slot where it can fit in there. Now when you have that put back in, and put this back in here. Your bolt. This hooks onto the bullet and brings it out. So when you put this in, just take the gun, flip it over like this, slide in there, and set the gun. Make sure it slides down in the tracks. Now that you have that in, make sure that sits down in there real good. You can go ahead and put your pump back on. Now you want to put your pump back on before you put this. You want to put your pump back on before you put this on, because these have to line up on the inside. So you want to definitely put this on before you put your slide back on to the gun. You want to. It's kind of hard to get the pump back in there. What you do is you want to pull up on these here and slide in real good. Now what you want to do is there's little notches right down inside of here. You want to make sure you keep the pin that lined up and the pump lined up with those notches. Just want to put that in there just like that. Then you're going to take your slide, and your slide is going to sit in there just like this. When it's in there, it should all move together. Your slide and your pin should all move together. Once it does that, you're good to go. The slide fell off of mine. Come on. Come on. That's what you gotta do, is you gotta reline them back up again. Slide them back in there. Now you want to close this about 75% of the way. And now you want to go ahead and put your stopper and your delay in. Your stopper is this one here. I'm just going to go on the side. Let's see, if you're looking down the gun, it is going to go on the left side. Sits in these little grooves, just like this. It sits right up against this side here, and there's a little groove there, and I'll try to see. The camera's not the best. Then once you get that one in, and put this in, that goes on the opposite side, just like the other one. There's a little notch, and it'll fit right into it. Alright, now that you have these two back together, now here's the hard part, is putting the trigger back on. You just want to put in the front first. Sometimes it'll slide right on, sometimes you have to mess with it for a minute. It depends on how your gun's, I guess, feeling that day. Sometimes when I clean it, I can get it right back on. Other times I have to sit and play with it for a minute. See, mine slid right back on that time together. Now you always want to make sure the pin on this, the little hole on it, is facing the side where the shell will come out. Put that back in there. Usually tap it down with this again, just to make sure it's in there nice and good. Doesn't take much, just little taps. Now that you have that back together, it's all working, you go ahead and put your barrel back on your gun. That's right here. You'll take and set that on here like this. It's going to line up nicely right there. Screw it back on. It only has to be hand tight. I mean, you want to get it nice and tight with your hand. I mean, you don't want it loose. And then, going to clean the outside of my gun, make sure it works. And that is how you clean your Mossberg 500 pump. Thanks for watching.